Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. For our first story today, a submerged vehicle has been found in the Green River in Spotsville. And that's according to Henderson County Dispatch, who confirms crews are out there right now working to get the vehicle out.
Now, the vehicle was discovered near the old U.S. Highway 60 boat ramp. We do have a crew that is on the way to that scene right now, and we are actively working to get some more information. So, of course, we will let you know as soon as we do learn more, and we'll give you a look at that scene a little bit later on 14 News at 4 and online.
Now for our next headline, a homeless shelter in Henderson is closer to expanding its operations after years of development. Officials with the Harbor House Christian Men's Center hope to break ground on a new building right next door to its location on Clay Street. The new building will take them from 6,000 square feet to over 10,000 square feet.
Yeah, it's a $1.2 million project. Around $900,000 is already raised through donations and coal severance money. Currently, the shelter serves about 50 people a day, and officials hope this new expansion will give them even more space to help more people. Now, officials say they hope to break ground within the next couple of months and have that new facility fully operational by the end of the year.
Now, happening now on Evansville's north side, construction is underway on the largest splash pad in the state of Indiana. Now, it's being built at the site of the former Lloyd Pool at Eigelhart Park. Now, the project is being funded by a $24 million Parks bond. The splash pad is set to be ADA accessible with separate toddler and kid zones, a place for everyone to play together, and a year-round restroom facility.
Park leaders say this project marks a big step toward bringing more activities to North Side neighborhoods. Now, that splash pad is expected to be open on Labor Day weekend. A second phase of construction looks to add benches, shade structures, and even a wildflower meadow.
Now, for our final headline here today, looking forward a little bit, happening tomorrow, Shriners Fest is returning to the Evansville Riverfront. The annual event kicks off tomorrow at 11. There will be live music, food trucks, and vendors lined up on Riverside Drive. The bike show is scheduled to happen tomorrow evening at 6. And then on Saturday, the car show starts at 10 in the morning.
And meanwhile, you can buy those half-pot tickets for the annual Shriners 50/50 drawing. Right now, that jackpot is sitting just over $140,000. The drawing for it is next Monday, June 1st. Now, they've already got Riverside Drive blocked off. They're working to set things up, so it's getting close. It's exciting.
True. We're finally inching close to it. As you can imagine, getting close to the end of the week, there is a ton going on here today. So be sure to circle back for 14 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10.
And do not go anywhere, because just after the break, meteorologist Arden Gregory will have a look at your 14 First Alert forecast.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Good afternoon. I'm 14 First Alert meteorologist Arden Gregory. That's a live look at the Evansville Riverfront. As Rob and Jamie mentioned just moments ago, they are already shutting that road down and setting up for Shriners Fest this weekend. Today it's mostly sunny, warm, and a little muggy out there. We do have some very isolated chances for rain late in the day Friday into early Saturday, but I think many of us may end up staying dry. Then it looks mostly sunny and pleasant as we get into next week. Now, this is a look at satellite and radar. There are a few thin clouds out there and a few more clouds down to our south, but mostly sunny skies across the entire tri-state right now. And I think it's going to stay mainly clear through the rest of the day today and even into the night tonight, just a few passing clouds. Now tomorrow won't be quite as sunny. It will be partly cloudy, at least, especially as we get into the second half of the day. The clouds start to build in. That same frontal system, the one that has been just plaguing us for 2 weeks now, just kind of bobbing back and forth, right? Oscillating, if you will, over the tri-state. That's what keeps bringing us these rain chances, right? Every time it swings through, we get another chance of rain. Well, it's not going to make it all the way through the tri-state this time, but it's going to get just close enough coming up from the south that it's going to kick some clouds our way and maybe an isolated shower Friday evening, overnight Friday night, and into Saturday morning. Again, I think a lot of us will probably stay dry. Farther north you are, better chance you have of missing this rain. Best chances would be in western Kentucky, but even that is a very isolated chance. So just don't be shocked if you get a stray shower Friday night or Saturday morning, but I think many of us will stay dry. Any rain we do see will taper off Saturday morning, and by Saturday afternoon, it'll be partly to mostly sunny and dry. As for our temperatures, we're sitting in the mid 80s right now. It's 85 in Evansville and Newburgh, 86 currently in Owensboro. Our dew points are sitting in the mid to upper 60s. Now, what that means is it is just a little bit muggy out there. The muggy meter sitting right there at the cusp of muggy to humid. So it's not miserable by any means, but it kind of has that sticky summer feel to it out there today. Moving forward with... that jumped all the way to the 7-day. That's not what I meant to do. Let's back that up and try it again. Sometimes that's how it goes around here, you know? Okay, so I mentioned it's kind of muggy, has that sticky feel to it. Moving forward through the next 12 hours then, mid to upper 80s, mostly sunny this afternoon. We'll start to drop back out of the 80s and then through the 70s once the sun goes down. We'll eventually bottom out in the low to mid 60s by the end of the night tonight with just a few clouds overhead. So pretty mild overnight tonight. Tomorrow then, not quite as warm or as sunny. It will be partly cloudy, especially as we get into the second half of the day. And then Friday evening into Friday night, we do have that very spotty chance of a few showers. Temperatures tomorrow are going to top out in the lower 80s. And then notice our temperatures really hold pretty steady there. We're talking low to mid 80s from Friday all the way through the middle of next week with overnight lows in the 60s, which is right on par with average for this time of year. So mostly sunny and very seasonable weather through many of the next 7 days. We won't see a lot of changes to our temperatures, but we might see some fluctuations in our humidity. I want to point out that it's kind of sticky out there right now, as I mentioned. Overall, the trend does seem to be toward drier conditions, lower humidity, with the exception of this one little uptick on Monday. That same stubborn stationary front is going to make one more push to the north on Monday. So we see it pushing north on Friday, then dipping back down to the south on Saturday. Sunday, it stays to our south. Monday, it makes one more push our way. Now, I don't have any rain chances on Monday. It's going to be close, but I think the rain will probably stay to our south, down closer to the Kentucky-Tennessee border. Hopkinsville, places like that may get a little rain on Monday. I think we'll probably stay dry, but it's going to be just close enough we could see a little increase in our heat, our humidity, maybe see a few more clouds as we are going to be kind of in that region. Then as it dips to the south, that drier air and that lower humidity takes back over through the middle of next week. So maybe a little more humid on Monday, maybe a stray shower in Kentucky, but I really think we're probably going to be dry on Monday and then see lower humidity and really beautiful sunny skies, lower humidity, highs in the low 80s, about as good as you can ask for then as we get into the first couple days of June there. June 2nd and 3rd, it would be Tuesday and Wednesday. Now I mentioned, we're about to head into June. We're in the final few days of May here. Here's what our high temperatures have looked like so far this May. We've had a few days in the 80s, but we've also had a lot of days in the 60s and the 70s. We've had a lot of ups and downs in our temperatures this month. we have also had some very beneficial rain. Now, we got some rain way back on the 5th and 6th. That was about it, though, for much of the first half of the month. Then this past week, I mentioned that unsettled weather pattern. We had this system roll through, this low pressure system that brought us this rain early last week. That was the heaviest rain Monday and then again Tuesday into Wednesday. Then this weekend and into early this week, we've been stuck where that frontal system has been kind of bobbing back and forth. And like I said, every time it crosses the tri-state, it would bring us rain. So we saw it kind of go back and forth over the tri-state this weekend. It made one more push at us on Tuesday and brought us a little rain again then. And a handful of folks got a couple spotty showers yesterday, although none fell at the Evansville Regional Airport. Despite how much rain we've had in the past couple weeks, we're actually still an inch short on rainfall for the month as a whole because the first half of the month was so dry. And we're still running about 6 inches short on rainfall for the year. But because we did get that very beneficial rainfall over the past week, we've seen some improvement in the drought. Now, the drought monitor only updates once a week on Thursday, so this is brand new, just came out this morning. Previously, we had extreme drought. That red shade pulled up into western Kentucky. Much of the tri-state was in moderate drought or at least abnormally dry in those yellow shades there. Much of the tri-state has now been pulled even out of that abnormally dry conditions. Western Kentucky still struggling a bit, but at least we are not seeing that extreme drought anymore. So even in the areas still experiencing drought, we are seeing improvement. So that rain, although it did put a damper on a lot of graduations and Memorial Day activities and things like that, it has been very beneficial and has really helped with our drought. If you need to get out and mow your grass, I think you can really just pick your day, honestly. I just mentioned, we've got that very stray chance of rain Friday evening through Saturday morning, but other than that, I think we're going to be dry. So as long as you don't try and mow your grass Friday night or Saturday morning and happen to get caught under the couple of spotty showers that'll be around at that time, I really think you can mow your grass any day you want to today or through this weekend. Those temperatures, as I said, are very seasonable and pretty steady from this weekend through the middle of next week. I did want to show you a look at the extended outlook. So this would be from June 5th through June 11th. So we're looking ahead to the end of next week. So next weekend, first weekend in June there, and then on into the start of the following week here. The general trend does show a trend toward above average temperatures. So we're holding pretty steady, close to the normal through the next 7 days. Beyond that, it may start to heat up a bit. In fact, the tri-state is on the very southeastern edge of an area that is outlooked for the risk of extreme heat Saturday through Thursday. So as we look ahead to next weekend and the beginning of the following week, we could see some genuinely hot weather moving into the tri-state and areas to our northeast. So that's something we will be monitoring. The extended outlook also shows a trend toward near to maybe slightly above average precipitation. It looks like the wetter weather will stay to our south, but we could maybe get a little rain here in the tri-state as we get into next weekend and the week following that. So very seasonable, mostly sunny and mainly dry through the whole next 7 days. Beyond that, we may start to talk about maybe some genuine heat, maybe even getting up into the 90s potentially, and then also possibly seeing some rain chances coming with that hotter and more humid air as well. But again, you're talking about something that's a week and a half away at that point, so it'd be way too early to talk about any details about exactly what that would look like. But just know in the long run, that's something that we're monitoring, is that potential for some more serious heat as we get into early and middle June then. Good afternoon to Jeanette Rice. I'm not seeing any other questions in the comment section today, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. It is kind of warm and muggy out there today, but overall really not too bad. More comfortable weather in store for much of the next 7 days. So I know we've had a lot of plans kind of rained out. It's been kind of drippy and rainy for many of the past few days, but we're breaking free of that unsettled weather pattern. So get out and enjoy really what's setting up to be kind of perfect late May, early June weather. This is exactly what you should expect for this time of year. It's going to be warm but not oppressively hot, mostly sunny, mainly dry, just really beautiful weather. So I hope you get out and enjoy it. And with that, I will wrap this up. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lyons will have an updated look at your forecast on 14 News tonight at 4, 5, 6, and 10, and he'll do another streaming show here tonight at 9. So I hope you'll join him for that then. Everybody have a great rest of your day.